place to dig, plant, and rest. Shelly's Homestead Hideaway.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Shelly's Homestead Hideaway. Today I'm taking you along with me for a brief video. I have two tomato plants here. One is aroma and one is, I forget what the other one was. Let me see if there's a tag down here. But these were gifted to me by a fellow YouTuber, and now that they are much bigger, I'm going to go ahead and install some trellis supports. Oh, I see some tomatoes on this one already. And you may notice down in between here, I actually have some basil. And if you've been following my channel, you know that one of the things that I have been doing this year is making sure I have basil planted next to every tomato plant. And as such, here we are in early August, and I've not had any tomato hornworms as of yet, and typically I do. So what cage supports am I using? VEGO. I have these 11.5-inch modular tomato cages. Let me grab the opposite. There we go. So this is my modular. It is a square, 11.5 inches. And because these are already started, I'm able to now just come in and corral the growth and get this set in place. So I'm going to do the bigger one first. Let's see, I think I want to have this, close it up in the front. So the first thing I'm going to do is get it lined up. Get this in here. There's that. My plan is to close it on the front. So let me position this around. Plant is there. And make sure I have it centered enough, and hopefully it does not interfere with the basil. Let's see what we can do. All right. Seeing as though I planted this before I had these modular supports, this is tangled in here. This needs some pruning too. I'm going to prune the bottom of it. Actually, it looks like I might be able to get it in there. So I'm going to get it angled. Definitely much easier to do this stuff when it is small, and or have somebody else to help you guide the plant while you are staking it. Don't let me lose any of my tomatoes. Okay. Now, I have this stake here that is actually going to join these together. So I just need to line them up, get the stake in there. And I have not pushed this down into the soil yet because I wanted to make sure I have it lined up as best as possible. So I'm making sure all of the branches are up above the lowest rim because I'm going to push it down into the ground or soil. And get the basil out of the way. And I think this is good to go. So now I can push this down to the soil, readjust as necessary. And unfortunately, I have lost my tomatoes. All right. So it looks like there are a few more on there, but here you see I've actually knocked off the tomatoes that were growing. I guess I can say it's a small price to pay, but I would have preferred to have not lost them at all. And while I'm out here, there's birds I'm hearing. I'm gonna go ahead and prune the bottom of this so that it has some airflow.
Come on in. Step inside, let the good vibes begin. Let's go. Sunshine shining on the garden rows. Got that good green life. Yeah, it shows. From the seeds we plant to the food we grow. Every little moment got a natural glow. Take your time, let it all unwind. Leave that stress, yeah, way behind. Welcome home, where the roots run deep. Feel that joy, let your spirit lead. Let it lead. Hands in the soil, heart on beat. At the hideaway, can't be beat.
I have one branch in here that's probably lower than it needs to be, but it's actually pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice and cut it. Pretty nice sized branch, but that's gonna give me more airflow at the bottom. See, I'm opening this up quite a bit. I've already broken this branch, so I'm going to cut this as well. right. So that is the first one. And I said I was going to look for a tag because I think I have a tag in here somewhere. Yep. Okay. This is the honey tomato. So that means this one is the Roma. So I have cleaned that up nicely down there. I'm going to go ahead and add the trimmings to my compost bin. All my trimmings is going to go into this compost bin behind here. I have 2 compost bins. I am no longer adding anything to this one right here because I want that one to finish, and I'm adding all new material to the second bin. I'm going to take you guys in close as I install the second support to this smaller Roma tomato. Now, in light of what I experienced with the first one, I'm going to actually go ahead and prune this before I install the support, and that should make it easier as well. I, in particular, trim off the branches that are pointing downward, in addition to cleaning off the first 3 or so inches of all branches at the base. So the branches that are going downward do not produce any tomatoes, so that's what makes it easy for me to just go ahead and prune those off, but not too much because you want to keep some. So this one is pretty big. I'm going to go ahead and trim it, and then I think that's going to be it. So now I have pruned this one up. I got some buds here. I do have some branches that are going downward, but again, you want to leave some for photosynthesis. And so with this, now I can comfortably come in and install the support. VEGO support trellis. These have really nice size openings, so you can reach in and do whatever you need to do. And again, I'm going to put my closing support near the front, and I'm easily now able to, with the pruning, come in here and set this support stake in place. Now that I have this in place, again, I'm going to make sure the branches are up higher than where I want to push down. I'm going to connect these with the support stake. And now I can push down, making sure I do not break any leaves. Uh-oh. I'm pulling this up because I see that I have put the support around this around the what is this, soaker hose that I had laying here. I'm gonna pull this out. All right, push down, and now this is nice and centered and will provide ample support for this tomato plant. Again, I'm going to take my trimmings and put them in the compost. And the last thing that I'm going to do while I'm out here is to tackle some of the squash bug eggs that are on this candy corn squash. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm a little squeamish when it comes to squishing them. I don't like to squish them. But I know I saw, okay, I can actually cut some of these branch stems away. That's usually how I prefer to deal with them, is to just cut off the unnecessary stem. Actually, this one has a lot on there. Let me show y'all. Instead of me doing the entire leaf, we're gonna cut it, and I want to show it to you guys. So here on the front, you see lots of squash bug eggs, and then on the back, lots of squash bugs eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and squish them. I don't know why I have such a hard time just doing it with my bare hands or gloves. And I just want to squish this really good to make sure they're good and dead. So I'm going to look for other places. This one right here has a lot of eggs on it. There's another, and there's some on the back. So oftentimes we always say look at the backs, but I'm finding that they also put them on the tops of the leaves as well. So we've got more here. Go ahead and cut that one off altogether. Wow! I've got some amazing squashes over here. Candy corn squashes. There are 3 of them currently growing. One, 2, 3, 4 actually. Okay. This plant is showing off over here. This candy corn squash, from what I can tell thus far, it has 4 squashes on it. Whereas the one that I have up there, I only see one viable squash thus far. So this is going to be interesting to see how this does. All right, now that we are all done taking care of putting together 2 of the VEGO modular tomato cages and taking care of the squash bugs on this North Georgia candy roaster squash, let me actually show you them. There's one right there, in there. It's still relatively small. And the second one is right there. You can see it's getting big. The third one is right there. And the fourth one, which is really the first one in the order that they is right there. Get down into it. Absolutely amazing. I am looking forward to trying these squash. So on this one plant, I have 4, which according to my research, 4 is about the max. So it'll be interesting to see if I end up getting more or not, because they have taken over the collard greens and it's grown out here. I don't see any new babies yet, but there's still a lot of growing time in the season. And then I also need to go ahead and harvest the corn that is here. My corn did not do very well at all this year. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for more videos. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Like, comment, and feel free to share. Have an amazing day on purpose.